from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello. Welcome to the show with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen,
How are you, my friend?
I am well to quite well.
Very good. Enjoying this nice, lovely afternoon we're having.
Unseasonably sunny weather we're having. It's nice.
Yeah. What are you doing, Jesus? You're scaring me. Get away from me. Creeping me out. I finally, over the last couple nights, I finally sat down to watch, Jay, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a couple nights to get through.
Well, yeah, and it's not Black Panther's fault that happened.
Okay.
You know, I fell asleep during it.
On the couch bed.
On the couch bed, yeah. Again, not Black Panther's fault. So I don't want him to take
Isn't it, though?
personal offense. No, it's not. I'll explain why in a second, why it's not the movie's fault. In fact, I need to go back and rewatch maybe the last 45 minutes because I thought that I backed up and then I fell asleep again. Again, not the movie's fault. I'd been
So
out.
can you fairly critique it then?
Yeah, I think it's pretty damn good actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
enjoying.
wow.
It's keeping my interest outside of falling asleep halfway through it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to make sense to me,
Well,
but okay.
in the movie's defense, Saturday I landed from New York, and then T-Roy got home later. You know, I don't know where he was getting.
What up, fam?
What up, fam? Out getting his sucked or what he was. I don't know.
Sure.
God only knows where he was. But I was like, hey man, what are you doing later? He's like, remember man, I got that family Christmas dinner, like friends Christmas dinner or something like that. I'm like, what is that? He's like, yo man, go to a restaurant and Steve Miller and his wife
Yeah.
and the McCools.
Mm-hmm.
You would know Brooke Ridgway from high school, but Mrs. McCool and all them. Just a bunch of group. They get together every year. And he's like, yo, dog, you should come. You should come to the dinner. And I'm like, no, man, no. That means leaving the house. I don't want to do that. And he's like, yo, dog, come on, man. Come on. These people love you, man. You've known them forever.
Shit.
He's giving me the lowdown.
T-Roy.
He's like,
He's good for you.
Look,
He's
man.
good for you.
these aren't listers, man. These people, you know these motherfuckers, and they know you. And I was like, all right, dude. I've already got a couple cocktails in me. Fine, I'll go to the fucking dinner. And
You're like,
so-
but I'm trying to watch Black Panther.
No, this is Black Panther. So we go to this restaurant. It's very nice, great conversation. Have a bunch of fun,
Lovely
and then,
affair.
and then it's off to McCool's house.
Uh-huh.
Because Mike and Brooke love hosting people, and they got this big poops dog that's so funny. He's got curly hair. He's a big guy.
Well, that's McCool.
Yeah, and so we stayed there, and then it's like, I'm like, oh man, T, I'm getting fucking tired, man. It's coming up on 1:00 morning, you know, and that's not where I want to be. But we're having fun. He's like, yeah, man, a few more minutes, we'll blow out of here. So a few more minutes goes by, and now it's like 1:30, 1:45. He's like, yo, dog, it's the witching hour. We can't leave now.
Oh, shit.
Too many drunks on the road right now. So, yeah. And I'm like, fuck, man. So he wants to go downstairs and play shuffleboard. And I'm like, dude, why don't we play euchre? So there are a couple of girls, I think, that were going to play us in euchre. And so we go downstairs and searching for a deck of cards. Find a deck of cards.
T-Rex
And-
stacks the shit out of it
Oh,
immediately.
Yeah, well, we sit there, and the girls that were coming to play aren't there at this point. They're upstairs, like I thought, grabbing a beer or something, coming back down. 15 minutes goes by, nothing. I'm like, well, it's been a while, T, since we played in the uke. Why don't we just deal it?
Why don't we get our signs straight?
Get our signs straight. You know what finger represents hearts, spades. You know the whole works. And he's like, great idea. And so he's like, I haven't stacked a deck in years, man. This is gonna be tough. And so we're shuffling up, and so it's just me and T as partners and 2 empty seats. And so he fucking deals a whole thing out, and we play it. And I'm like, why don't we just dry run it? We'll play their hands for him, see what would happen. We start getting our asses handed to us
Is that right?
by nobody.
Oh my God.
Dude, we're down like
embarrassing.
7-0, and we're playing nobody.
It's embarrassing.
Dude, we mounted. Dude, in my defense, I was Queens 9s 10 guy
Ugh.
all night. I couldn't catch a break. It took Troy stealing the deal at one point, and we justified that by saying,
You can't steal a deal with absent people.
well, we did, and we justified it by going, look, man. He was like,
at least once in this game you would have.
I was
right?
like, the attempt would have absolutely been made
yeah.
to steal the deal. And he goes, not to mention, man, they're kind of fucking drunk and a little airy. So they wouldn't have noticed, man.
Yeah, all right,
so we
that's
could have
fair.
pulled it off. And I was like, I think it's legit. We probably could have stolen it multiple times, but we'll take one stolen
Okay.
deal. And we at that point mounted a nice little comeback. Even after I was stuck with the deal, Troy got stuck with the oh, it was terrible.
So he can't stack anymore? He was the man at stacking the
it
deck.
just felt wrong playing against nobody to stack the deck in our
It got
favor.
to the point, man. I just quit playing against him. It was just so ridiculous. You'd be like, yeah, I understand. You're stacking the deck right now as I'm watching you.
Yeah.
You're doing this. You're
Yeah.
doing. No, man. I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
you
And
talking
I
about,
just- Boom. Go alone.
Oh, what do you know?
I'll go alone.
Jack, Ace, King at the bottom of the
Like,
deck.
Enough.
Cut it, yo.
Enough.
Cut it, yo.
Yeah.
And he would do that thing where it was like, once you cut it, it was like he still knew about halfway down the deck was this amazing run.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'd start, 4 to you, 1 to me,
Yeah.
4 to you. Now he's getting close to the middle of the deck.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam,
Bam, bam,
one,
bam,
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 bam, bam.
Yeah, I
all of a sudden,
understand.
we're just hooked
I
up.
lost
So,
my love for the game because of that.
yeah, don't. He's much better now, and he feels bad about that those days. And so anyway, we mount this comeback. We end up winning. They never end up coming back down, and so now it's 4 a.m.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so I get home, and we get home, and we're talking for a few, and then he's like, "All right, fam, I'm going to bed." Knuckles upstairs, he goes, and I sit down. Now I've got a second wind. You know what I mean? When you hit that point where it's like I was so tired 2 hours ago, now I'm just like up again.
Wow.
And so I lay down on the couch and I'm like,
You resolved to watch Black Panther.
I'm gonna fucking check Black Panther out. And so that's why I don't blame the movie. When you
Yeah.
start a movie at 4:30 in the morning,
You were fatigued.
I was fatigued, and so what I saw, I liked and enjoyed the storyline. I saw what they were doing and going for, and so I started catching some shit. One of my favorite listeners, Tony Ant-Man, he's one of our many black listeners. He was like, "What the fuck, Doe? Who told you that this movie sucked? I need to know who." Like, he really took offense when I was
a
like
lot of
bashing
people
it.
told us that.
I was like, "Dude, Cartman told me." All right, Cartman.
Take it up
and
with Cartman.
Yeah, a lot of other people. And so I resolved, like, all right, I'm gonna fucking watch this movie, if not for nothing more than Tony's sake, because he works really hard to even put up with us.
Tony's the Ant-Man.
Tony's the Ant-Man,
Okay.
yeah, who is like militant motherfucker. He's standing up for Michael Brown and
Mhm.
all the issues, Black Lives Matter, all that shit. Yet he loves our show. It doesn't make much sense. So I don't want to fuck that up. So it's like, all right, I owe it to Ant-Man. Out of respect, I'm gonna give this movie a spin. So I'm getting through it, and so far I've actually liked it.
Okay. Well,
And then And then I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Do you watch Netflix or you?
yeah. We've got Netflix and Hulu. That's basically.
And I know you do. Have you guys noticed that new feature they have?
I heard
Where-
about the instant replay.
Yes, I've got it.
Do you really?
Yes.
Wow. You must have been judged like a
Like a
bit-
super Netflix fan or
contender
something?
to be a beta, right? A beta tester. You're
It's not in many places, I guess. I had no idea. It just showed up like in the last week that I've
Mhm.
noticed. And so I'm watching Black Panther, and it's like usually during a big fight scene, climactic fight scene going down, and then as soon as that scene ends, a little box shows up in the corner, kind of like next episode starts in.
right.
You've seen that. Box shows up and says, "Would you like to watch that scene again?"
You're like,
I'm like,
fuck yes.
No. And if I wanted to, I'd just back it up. You're digital. Like, I don't. It's not like I need to
So what
rewind
happens?
the tape.
You hit it and it goes exactly right to prior to the fight.
Yeah,
just
like
shows the
right
fight.
to that last scene.
So it's offering you just cool moments, like
Yeah, but I tend not to like those overdone like car chase scenes that are too long in a movie, or a big fight scene that
Yeah.
goes on forever where they're just pounding each
I
other.
find myself just fogging over too.
Yeah. And so those are the ones it tends to be wanting me to see again. Like it did it during Black Panther's one of their fight scenes, and it did it. I was happened to catch like the Bourne Ultimatum or something out of the blue. It was like, I want something to watch on a weekend. I started watching that, and it did it like 3 times during all the big fucking fight scenes where they're jumping over roofs and chasing each other.
A lot of people like those. I don't. I fog over.
I
And
don't
in fact,
either.
I have trouble remembering what actually happened in those. If you were to ask me to describe like fight scenes or action sequences in a movie, I'd be like, I don't even. Yeah, I can tell you how it started. Don't really remember the middle of it, but I can tell you kind of how it ended and moved on. That I don't like that shit either.
Yeah, they're just so
Especially with
drawn
the
out.
CGI now, where it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. You can do
Anything.
anything.
Anything. What do you tend to like? What are your
I
favorite
like stories,
scenes?
Mike. I like stories.
Dude, I like good dialogue and plots. Like if I'm watching Good Will Hunting, I could watch the scene in the bar where he
that-
takes on the guy.
To
You
me,
know,
that's overdone, man. To me,
Really?
yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, that's a bit cliche.
oh,
You like them apples? Yeah.
not that part. You like apples? Yeah. No, the
the
part
lead
when,
up to it about
the
the
lead up.
history and all that.
yeah, when he's like,
The
you
history
know, he's
class.
trying to make fun of Ben Affleck's character for being stupid.
Yeah,
Oh, what
Chucky.
class was it that you said you had with her?
Yeah.
History. Oh, was that history? You know, and he goes through that whole thing. The
Yep.
other one is when Robin Williams is fighting with the guy that won the medal at MIT or whatever.
Yes.
He's like, I don't give a fuck about your medal, Jerry. Whatever that whole
Those
scene
are-
plays out.
That's a great. Those are two great characters.
Oh.
I love those two.
Yeah.
The
What-
back and forth between those two.
Yeah, when Robin Williams was like, "You fucking arrogant prick! Why do you think it? You know that he's blowing you off and not listening to you and you take it because he knows every one of those fucking degenerates, as you call them, would take a fucking bullet for him, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes,
Yes, Sean.
Sean." Oh God, Sean, just take the medal. You and your fucking medal. Don't care about your fucking medal, Jerry. Whatever his name is, Sean.
It's Robin Williams' best role, right?
He won an Academy Award for it.
because he's not just babbling incoherently about dumb
Yeah.
shit and then asking us to laugh about it.
And he's had a couple of those. We've often said it. Dude, his best roles were dramatic roles,
Yeah.
not fucking Mork and Mindy or, you know, that.
You got it.
Well, anyway, so yeah, it sounds like people are pissed off about this. I am too, because you're in the middle of a movie and all of a sudden this box shows up on
How
the screen.
big's the box?
It's not that big. I mean, you know, it's kind of like the.
But
you
it's
know,
annoying.
It just pops up and it averts your attention. And it's like, no. And if I
Hmm.
did, I've got a remote here. I'll just back it up. I mean, like,
Hmm.
I don't need you telling me, dude, that was a pretty sweet scene. You want to
So
watch
you
it again?"
haven't used it to see if there's utility to it, like because
Mm.
I understand you can back it up, but that takes a little bit of thinking. Like, okay, here, where am
Yeah.
I? Where am I? Where am I? Like, does this help you to just go boom, one
You know
touch
what?
and
That's
it's back?
that's a good question. Next time it pops up, I'll click it just to see what it
Yeah,
does.
start using it a little bit, man. Come on,
Yeah.
you're a beta tester.
Well, they say a very small, exclusive portion of the population and users have been
Identified
privy.
like major users. I mean, people who have couch beds.
I mean, these are people that usually get bed sores from the amount of time that they spend on our Netflix.
yeah,
So those of us, you know, that have been privy to this feature, some of us are aggravated. I'll be honest with you. Some of us people are not happy. It's unclear what regions or subscribers are being used to test the data. Well, sorry to blow your secret. I'm one of them.
I would think more people would be annoyed by the quick play than this little box that arguably isn't even an issue. I mean, it just
Why would
pops
you
up.
take issue with the quick play?
Well, the quick play, because you don't necessarily want to see the next. You might want to move on to a different show or something, and all of a sudden it rolls into the next episode.
You got to be aware. You got to be on your toes. But it's kind of nice.
but
when you're
that like
watching.
has a real life, effect.
Mm.
Whereas this little box is just a little box.
I don't mind the quick play. I thought the 13, 15-second one was obnoxious. It's like,
Did you?
come on, get on with it. Let's go. And then the one when it first pops up, there's a lot of times a scene before the intro hits, the music
Yeah.
jingle. When they ask you, would you like to skip the intro?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn. Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
would.
a great one. That's
It's
a
great. And that one, boom, it takes you to the last note of the intro and then you're off.
Hmm.
I love it.
The
I love
quick
it.
play for me is a problem because we run it through Xbox, and I'm always fumbling with the damn thing, trying to turn the controller back on
Yeah.
and
yeah,
get it
that's my
on in
problem
time
too.
to push stop or whatever I'm gonna do.
Well, PlayStation 3 used to have a remote that you could buy that was not, so you didn't have to use the controller, because
Mm.
that's what I'm running into. It's like
Yeah, your
every
controller
20
turns
hours,
off.
my controller
Yeah.
needs to be charged again, first off, and it's constantly shutting off.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh God, turn the power back on, wait for the flashing light. Anyway, so Beth hit me up yesterday and was like, hey, have you watched that new show on Netflix, Embarrassing Bodies? And I'm like, no. She's like, you gotta check out episode 3, season 1. I'm like, why? Is it featuring me or something? Like, what? She's like,
hidden camera shit. What?
what's going on here? Am I the before picture as part of their establishing shots? She's like, just watch. You know, it's on Poison Vagines, man.
Wait, what?
It's on Vagines.
Poison vagines.
Well,
That's-
fucked up
that's the-
vagines. I mean,
okay.
like not all of them.
That was the word that caught my ear most.
Yeah. Well,
Poison.
I shouldn't say poison.
Gross vagines.
Gross vagines.
Oh,
like,
God.
like one chick is like,
In
yeah,
need of plasty.
yeah, and this chick is like, yeah, she's 45, actually pretty fucking hot, blonde, nice body,
But it's just blown out.
and it's not blown out. It's one of those that
They
like
show it? What do they show on
her
Netflix?
vagina, it hang like sleeve of wizard, you know,
Yeah.
and so it's hanging down. The doctor's like,
God.
stand up, and she stands up, and I was waiting for him to go, oh God.
Yeah.
Tuck it back. Why is it falling out of you like that? But dude, it was like he'd been around so many broken vagines, he didn't even have a problem with
I
it.
think that's like a class in medical school, if not the whole program. You're just being trained not to freak out when somebody unveils their shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you're
bet they're
trained to go to some happy place or something, and they're looking at it, but really they're thinking of a beautiful sunset in Hawaii or something.
Do you think it's possible that the blue waffle image we get was like a masterclass final exam?
By the way, do not Bing blue waffle.
No.
Anybody out
Under
there,
any
don't do that.
circumstance. That is a
That's a final exam right there. That's a thesis, man.
You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
that's why we know it. It was like the thesis for gynecological university or whatever it was. It's like if you can get through the blue waffle photo, and again, don't Bing it, folks.
Don't do that.
Trust us when we say you're not going to be.
God.
You don't want the nightmares that come along with the blue waffle. But
So
yeah,
how do they articulate this through a Netflix show when the
Well-
whole thing is you got to see it. You got to see what we're working with, right?
Yeah.
So
And
they're
you
not showing a flappy vagine, are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, it's like under the guise of like, oh, this is medical or
Medical,
something.
sure.
Yeah, we can show
Oh, boy.
So
vaginas.
there it
And
is, like
I'm like,
hanging down to her
show
knee
it?
or
dude,
something.
I've got my pants down. I've got a thing of Vaseline. I'm like, yes, let's go. We're going to see some fucking vagines. And I'm sitting there ready to go. And it's like, oh, God. You can't show me a hot one right out of the gate? Because this chick is like, pulls her pants down. She's got this lacy fucking white thong on.
Yeah.
She's hot, nice tits. Pulls her pants down. I'm like, she's laying on the bed. You're just seeing like a side shot. I'm like, oh, yeah. It started getting the stroke on really quick. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, bang, vagine.
What?
Not blurred, nothing. And
Really?
it's like,
Just billowing forth.
the
Wow.
lips are just like,
It's like a turkey neck.
Yeah, exactly. Great way to
Ugh.
put it. Turkey neck. And so the lady's like, there was a gyne whatever doctor
Yeah.
chick there, and she's like, no, don't worry about it. I've seen horrific shit like this before. Used to this. I would recommend some serious plasty though. And she's like, that thing hangs like the sleeve of Wizard, like 3 inches or 1.5 inches or something. And they're like pulling it
Oh
down
my God.
and spreading it. I'm like, oh yeah. Then they show her go to the fucking surgeon, and they've got her legs are spread, and they got this full fucking vagina, and he's like pulling it down,
Dude.
and he's got like a thing, and he's just like zzz, just cuts this son
So
of a bitch.
it's simply the labia minora.
Yes.
It's not like anything that's coming out of her vag or anything like that. It's
No.
Not, okay.
No.
Not
It's
protruded or what do you call it?
a prolapse.
Yeah, prolapse. It's
No.
not- okay.
And so he's just like zzz, the lasers zizzing off. He's like whap onto the fucking paper, and then
It's like one of those wall crawlers.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
octopus that go down your wall.
Dude, it looked like if you
God.
whipped it against the wall, it
would
would
do that.
stick and it might crawl.
God
I swear to God. And so then they stitch it up, and then she's got a repeat visit with the doctor, and so they're like, oh, let's see now, turned it into a nice little vagine.
Yeah, nice
Not-
little flower,
not bad.
huh? Little tulip.
It was distracting because some trimming needed to go on. I was
Oh,
not
yeah.
thrilled with some of the patterns that are going on.
Some
It's
of the
like,
landscaping.
yeah, or lack thereof. You know,
got
it's like when your neighbor's got overgrown hedges, and it's like, you know, you don't want to kill them for it, but it's like, dude, what are we doing?
Well, it sounds like this chick just, was a mess, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't think anybody would want to be down there anyway. So,
Yeah, well, she was embarrassed
let her
about
go.
it. And
but not too embarrassed to go on Netflix
on
and show.
camera, dude. I know.
Wow.
Maybe that helped with some of like the payment
for
or something.
sure,
You know,
right?
so that's the reason probably. I would guess.
That's interesting though that it's just simply lasering off the skin.
Easy.
and
Probably cost no more than
cauterizing the shit.
$15. Seriously. I mean, it looked that easy. It was just like, zzz.
Did it look kind of fun? Like if you're the doctor?
Well, yeah, you get a couple knuckles in, and then
Yeah.
zzz, it's rape in most people's eyes.
Mm.
But yeah, she's not gonna know. She's out cold. She's got tape over her eyes,
Wow.
and so they fixed it up nice. It had a nice little,
Yeah.
no more.
What about the other ones in the show? Like,
Well,
it was a whole episode.
This dude is at like the mall recruiting people. He's like going up to.
Do
He's
you have
like
bad
British or
vagines?
something.
And it's all
Yeah.
about vages this episode? Or
The whole thing is about vagines.
the whole program?
45 minutes, all vagines.
Okay, but only this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
So it might be like Fatso's episode 2 or
Gotcha.
whatever. But I went right to episode 3 thinking it was about me, but it was really about vagines.
Wow.
And so it's like, this guy's walking around like, when was the last time you had a pap smear? When was the last time you smeared? I'm like, fuck. And so it's like,
Don't women keep up on that shit, right?
most of them don't like doing it. They don't want to go there. That's where they put that fucking
Yeah.
thing in your vag. We've
Yeah,
got
but
the vag
doesn't
specs.
everybody do that though? Like,
You would
you
think.
know, I know the guys are famous for never going to the doctor. You never get a physical, whatever.
Right.
But I think all chicks do that shit.
Not these ones, and they willingly, openly admitted, like, no, dude, I'm terrible. It's been 10 years
Oh my gosh.
since I had a smear.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he convinced 3 chicks. He's like, would you like one right now?
We're not talking about the fill-in guitarist for Nirvana, Pat smear.
No,
We're
absolutely
talking
not.
about a pap smear.
Pap smear, where you take your vag specs, jam them in a vagine, and then check things out. Get a little smear in there, a little swabola, send it away,
And
and
I
then
understand that's very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
As
well-
you can imagine, right?
in a few days you get the results, and it's like, oh, sorry, you've got a poison rotten vagine, or everything's good right now, you know. So I don't know if it's painful or not. I've never had one, but you know, it was like the recruiting practices. It's like you get this horribly overweight woman.
Oh god.
It's like, dude,
Yeah, come on,
you're
man.
filming her vagine. Why would you do that to us? Maybe they had to for
Just
medical
diversity
reasons.
purposes.
Yeah, like if you're gonna pull this off, don't think you're just gonna bring in a bunch of 10s here.
Yeah.
You know, you
Right.
better bring in, you know, a diverse group of gross human beings to pull this off. And so, yeah, you know, they got her in there and 2 other women. One is old.
Yeah, it's a check for cervical cancer, according to the Bing machine.
Yeah. Maybe you can find a snippet of that, E. It's
What
called,
was it called?
Embarrassing Bodies. Season 1, episode 3 is on vagines. I don't
Wow,
have to
that
look
has
it up, I can show
promise,
you.
man.
Yeah, check it out. You know, there's some surgical procedures that I got to squint through.
Yeah,
I got to
no,
do that
I'm
because
with you.
I need it blurry. I can't watch like, but dude, coming back to that when he cut that off, her lips, their part turkey neck,
and then chucked it on the wall.
and it's on a piece of paper like sitting there, and it's like stretched
Yeah.
out, and it's black.
Oh, so
It
it,
just-
looked like a leech or something?
Yes, dude.
God damn.
And it like
Did
instantly.
it turn black?
Yeah, it was not black before. It was like as soon as he cut it off, the thing just went and croaked,
Holy shit.
turned black. Yep.
Go Blacks!
So yeah, if you're interested, man.
Yeah, you've piqued my interest with a Q.
But I was like, Beth, a rhetorical question. I mean, can you imagine meeting someone and then agreeing to go on camera, having full snatch video
Yeah.
while they're giving you? She's like, that's so stupid a question. I can't even believe you asked it.
Well, to E's point,
course not.
This is a desperate woman who desperately needed her vag cleaned up. And
Yeah.
so these people offered a free labiaplasty.
That must be it,
It's
right?
got to be.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, oh my God, this is so depressing and I don't have the funds to do it.
Well, she probably tried to do it on her own on the side before that, and they were like, "There's so much work here. It's going to be $20,000-$50,000." You
So
know,
it was like inches. It just like,
No, it wasn't that. We've seen worse. I mean, Hope Solo would be
is that right? She's right there. The roast
she's-
beef.
Oh no, Hope Solo is way worse.
Is that right?
Yeah, this chick was. I'm telling you, she was not bad. She was pretty hot, and the vagine was not like relationship ending bad.
Huh.
But it was like when you pulled down on it, it was like, oh yeah, that really does hang to the floor. Wow, it's a good few inches long, couple inches long.
Is there potential that there'd be buyer's remorse on the part of the subject here? Like, you know, long flappy vagines come in maybe 10 years from now. You know what I mean? The roast beef look is hot.
Well, if we can remove it, we can put it back on. I'm assuming if the trends go another way, and it's like, wow, you really want when you're walking down the beach. She's like, yeah, I had mine removed, my part,
Yeah,
and I
gotta
really
be
like
sure
put
to
it
have
back.
that panty just right so the lip doesn't hang out.
Yeah.
My gosh, man.
I know. And
Oh.
imagine it's added to the donor list where you can do eyes, organs, vagine lips.
Well, not if they just turn black. I mean,
Well, you got to get them on ice.
quick.
You got
Stat.
to staple them onto a vagine post haste. Yeah.
Woo. Hey, everybody, check out the DetroitCast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. Page includes businesses that are owned by listeners. Take a look. It'd be great for you to support fellow listeners who support our show. And today's featured listing is none other than The Blind Biz. They specialize in all types of custom blinds, shades, and shutters, free in-home consultations, and free installation. They serve all of Metro Detroit. Listener Rich is waiting for your call. He's a great guy. We've met with him, and we've heard a lot about people who have used him. They really love him. So give The Blind Biz a call today.
Sorry, I was trying to pull this up, Jay, to show you. I can just do it on my phone to show you at least what she looks like. There they are, hacking at it.
Yeah, what kind of chick goes on here and just spreads her vag?
Hold on, you got that. Hold, please.
Hold.
Bear with us. It's just on my phone, so you guys won't be able to see it,
Here,
unfortunately.
well, mean,
Yeah, just give me a still or something, Jesus.
Extras are less than impressed by what we see.
It's really ugly. It's gross. Just an
Hold on.
unpleasant looking
Pause
thing.
that.
They're not that gross.
They are.
Men don't think so. It's bizarre, really.
These are exactly the attitudes our doctors have come here to change. Whatever your age, your vagina.
Vagina.
There's
Oh my gosh, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Holy crap, man!
I know. Dude, that one's rectum attacked her. Her rectum attacked.
Wait,
Just
what?
Picked a fight with her vagina.
They can do that?
She had a kid,
Maybe I'm.
and then all of a sudden her
neurotic,
rectum
but
decided to fight
it
with.
matters to me,
There
and
she
that's
is.
all I care about, really.
This is the chick who.
This is the one I was watching.
What can I do for you? Very embarrassing. I have
Yeah,
a
she-
worry, a concern.
yeah.
Down there.
Do you want to see her vagina really quick?
What
No.
exactly is the
I mean,
problem?
I think it's worth. At least watch her take her pants down. I mean, it's.
Yeah, she's not a gross chick, that's for sure.
Just
Yeah.
too much. Does it seem to be on both sides of?
She's single, too.
Apart? It's just not
Sweet,
really very
Jesus.
attractive. I ought to maybe
It's
just
not
come and
very
find out whether I'm
attractive.
normal or
Okay,
whether I'm
okay.
not normal or.
Well, look,
So
Alison,
let's get a look
no
at it.
time like the
Let's
present.
get those fucking
get you
pants
up on the
off.
couch and let's have a look. Okay.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
See?
Oh my gosh, she
That was
just drops
right.
her drawers.
Now let's take a look.
I can't believe
Alison, you've
this.
got quite a lot of excess skin round here.
That's
Now, the
crazy.
skin
Isn't that
itself-
nuts, dude? Is it?
Yeah, on Netflix. I don't know.
You're gonna check it out though.
yeah.
Guarantee it. You're gonna wind up in the closet too afterwards. Guarantee it. I can't talk about vagines that
so
long,
hot.
even though it's gross. Because what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna fall on your knees and just pray to thank you, Lord, for Gab's
Yeah,
perfection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could have been. It was a roll of the dice. You know.
they are
and,
flowers. I mean, they're
yeah.
snowflakes. Everyone's different.
Yeah. So anyway, check it out. Again, it's called what was it called? Embarrassing Bodies. Netflix. Miss Philippines
Yeah, Miss Universe, huh?
wins Miss Universe. Do we have a picture of her? What
Way
she
to go,
looks like?
Philippines.
She's got the crown now. They were praised, of course, for the transgender inclusion chick we were talking about yesterday. Was it Angela something? Miss Spain, Angela Ponce. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, doesn't that look like every fucking
Every
model, that's
yeah.
runway chick
I
ever?
was about to say she
Like-
doesn't look terribly remarkable to me, but
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of have that look.
they're all made up. They all
Mhm.
have pretty hair. They have pretty dresses on. They're all the same size.
I think this pageant was statement making, like the transgender chick, and then it's like, oh yeah, the show. Because I guess it was last night. It was Monday yesterday, I guess, in Taiwan,
Oh,
and so however that works. But so they said, yeah, it was hosted by American comedian Steve Harvey and supermodel. It's like, oh, Christy Brinkley. Who do we have? Ashley Graham.
oh right, yeah.
I'm like, supermodel. So
She's the bigger chick, right?
She's the humongous fat model. And it's like, okay, I get it. You're doing plus size models. I mean, talk about an oxymoron. And then fucking
Trannies.
the transgender dude who he didn't even crack the top 20.
Is that right? Do we know where he landed?
I don't know.
Or do they not judge him after the 20?
I don't know. They just said he didn't like they didn't want to talk about that really. It was like and it
Really?
was like, God, you transphobic sons of bitches.
Oh,
I mean, I thought we thought he was an automatic slide into the
I thought
finals.
top 10, man.
For sure. Miss USA made it to the round of 20. She's the one that was saying the disparaging remarks.
About
Wow.
Asians.
Yeah, about the Asian things.
Honestly, I swear to God, if you have 80 people, what is the qualifications that even change other than hotness that changes them to get busted down from like what are the other 60 and what are the other 90
Yeah.
don't have?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
Really?
It's the it factor, E. You know, when you line them
Yeah.
all up and you have them walk across the stage, some of them just exude that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, Angela was just giving quote after quote of like, I didn't need to win, just
No,
being
Just
here.
be there.
It's inclusive and empowering, and
She's already
all
been judged the hottest dude chick in Spain.
right.
So that's what's important.
It shows tolerance and inclusion, like all the buzzwords that you're supposed to say, and all the girls that were there are tweeting, about how amazing this is. And,
He's just throwing up
tolerant.
Ashley Graham pictures as we're talking.
Yeah, you can share those, E.
I mean, a supermodel.
Yeah, there's our new supermodel. But they're all doing that thing like, oh, I'm so proud of this competition, dude. This is such bullshit. Like they're promising this inclusive and empowering agenda, this whole thing. I can promise you, without question, there were a tremendous amount of girls backstage that were talking shit about this, going, what
Yes,
the
they should.
fuck
Yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah.
That were not just on board with this. Those, if you know those girls, a lot of them are very, very self-centered. I'm not talking about all of them. They're very self-centered. They think they're beautiful and hot. They're perfect. Why is this fucking dude getting all the press?
Right.
They're writing about this fucking contest we've worked our entire lives for, ladies, and this fucking dude is getting all our press. Guarantee you that was going on behind the scenes, off camera.
Yeah,
For sure, don't you think?
I do agree with you. He misappropriated, gender.
I'm sure he's a lovely man.
He pushed out a hot chick from Spain. The runner-up in Spain has to be like, what the fuck, man?
I know. Don't you think that's, and it kind of sucks. Like, I get it why, if for Angela, why she wants to be there and feels like I'm every bit of woman as every other woman, and I belong there.
You're asking me if I get that?
No, I do get how that individual feels that way,
Sure,
right?
Sure.
And how it's very important. This is a very important discussion for that person. For the rest of the people, it's just horribly distracting.
Yeah.
It is a circus around your event,
Yeah.
and that's the reality. And not to bust on Angela. Did you see that they were like, by the way, Angela, her Instagram is so popular and just shows her jet setting all over the world, and she's on ski vacations in the Swiss Alps and in Switzerland, Malaga, Catalonia. Alone this year, she's in Paris visiting Disneyland, the Louvre, Notre Dame, at a Moulin Rouge show, Miami Beach, and do have some of her Instagram pictures.
Is there a point in the Instagram
This is like halfway down at this point, so I don't know where
we see the turn?
There's a lot of bikini shots. And so I was gonna
go all the
ask
way
you
to-
guys what you thought of,
analyze
like,
the camel toe.
oh, hold on, go down,
Okay.
go down. I saw one.
The
This one
dromedary.
here. Keep going. That one there. That was one of the ones I saw.
Dromedary hoof.
Well, not just that. It's like, does it look like a dude's body? I don't know, man.
Yes, there's something about the hips, man.
I mean, just like
Shoulders are broad. I don't. Yeah.
now,
It's a dude.
would you?
I don't know. I mean, what is? I just don't understand what the vision, what that would feel like. I guess is it.
Let's say it feels just like a chick.
Then I guess I
you
don't know.
Maybe
man. I don't know.
you got to lube it a little bit, but other than that, let's say
Mhm.
it's pretty similar.
I don't know that they naturally lube. That's a good question. That's a
Of
fair
course they
question.
don't.
But honestly, that chick's. If you didn't know,
Right. That's the thing. If I didn't know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. If I don't know why I wouldn't. What the circumstances? I guess. What's the circumstance? I meet her in a bar and she wants to have sex.
Let's say
I
you
mean,
do it, you're done, and then afterward she's
She's like-
discloses. Are you pissed or are you like, fuck, whatever?
I think that's probably what I would be. Just-
Fuck,
you'd
whatever.
be pissed. But when she
no.
was like, "I fucking love you, man. That was a great night we just had. I'd like to continue this. By the way, I used to be a dude. I'm not anymore. I'm all woman."
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, you need to think about it in case you run into this.
So do you.
No.
What do you mean?
Because I wouldn't be for it.
It's becoming very common, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not progressive enough. I'm a Neanderthal. I
No,
would
that's not
not
my
be able to
point.
get over that.
But you'd be. I don't know.
I know Jay Stance. I just don't know. You're so progressive. You're the liberal lion in the room.
You're a
You're-
woke bae.
You're woke as fuck, dog. So
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be pissed like some people think. Like I know that some people would just, I would fucking punch her or some shit or something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
I might.
But
if someone fucked me under the guise that I thought it was a chick and then
I
revealed
think why,
afterwards
I
that I'm a
guess.
dude,
that's what I think though. Why?
you don't think that's horrible, dude? I think that should be a jailable offense.
I think I would be mad at the lie, I guess.
Is it different
But-
if it's a chick with a dick?
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Because then, Mike, I see your point. Like, she's going down on you, he's going down on you, or whatever. And we had that issue, right, where the guy got caught filming and then posting pictures of him sucking off these guys who had no idea he was a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's just flat out fraudulent.
that
and
is
that's
a big
like-
difference to me.
But if you just, had
Is
a
it?
lovely evening with this woman,
Yeah.
it took a little lube, but it worked, and you didn't see anything different, and you got your shit done, and it was a lovely evening, Isis. Would you feel different about it, Mike, if you then heard, oh, that was actually a guy, but fully transitioned?
No.
Yeah,
No.
both of them.
No, both of them inexcusable. I think that, dude. First off, I think you're welcoming the violence that may come. I don't actually mean I'd hit someone, but I'd fucking be like, dude, you have a responsibility. This is your decision in your life. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, but if she's
But you
fully
have a-
transitioned, she's got a vag, and you put it in the vag, and you humped away. You did the red thing came out. And
Got in there.
yeah, that all went down. That whole scene.
Dude, maybe I'm just I'm not woke enough, but I think you have a huge responsibility to just be honest with someone and go, look, all cards on the table in the middle of dinner. You don't have to say it right when I get to the door. We can be in the middle of dinner. I'll finish buying the dinner. It's on me. But going, by the way, before we go any further or anything physical takes place, it's, I don't know where you stand on trans issues, but I used to be a guy and I've always felt like a woman. I feel like a woman. Then you've put the ball in my court. That's like, well, I was going to compare it to a horrible disease, and I don't want to do that. But I think that's my choice then, to decide whether or not I'm comfortable with that.
How many of these dudes you think are actually taking that approach, though? Right? 'Cause
Probably
you'd think
not
that'd
enough.
be the responsible thing to do. That'd be the cool thing to do. But how many are?
Well, it's like the AIDS virus in California where they're trying to get that off the thing where you don't have to tell people that you have that.
Wow.
And it's like, that's, a totally different thing. I get, but that's something that someone should be able to know before going forward. Right. And I don't mean to compare transgenderism to AIDS at all, but I think those are big enough things, and where we are in the world and society, maybe in 20 years, none of that matters. But right now, as we're all trying to learn the new
But
road.
if you just banged a fully transitioned chick, the dude that went to a woman, and you had no idea until that person told you of this past, then what harm is it to you?
It's harm that mentally I know now. Fuck! I fucked the guy. Fuck! I fucked the guy. And if I told you, you'd go, oh shit, dude, you fucked a guy. You totally
but
fucked
who
a
cares
guy.
what I think, Mike?
I do. I care what all of you guys think.
I don't know. I know what you're
just
saying,
would,
but
man.
I know what you're saying, but I guess in Jay's scenario, especially I guess I don't know. I'm not saying that you would be like, dude, I'll do it again, or hey, let's still talk. But I don't know why it would be that big of a deal.
Because I think if these people are fully
You were him and
transitioning-
Han about it.
If they're fully transitioning, I would think that they're in the mental space where they're not going to tell guys that they are thinking, I'm fully a woman. Why would I?
Actually, I didn't
talk
say
about this past.
What we're discussing.
And who knows? It's a personal decision for everybody who does that. I have no idea what their chances are. But
when you said I hemmed and hawed, I didn't hem and haw about being mad.
Neither hemmed nor hawed.
We're discussing
You
about
hawed.
whether you'd be. No, I didn't say.
There's more haw than
he
hem.
asked whether I would
Definitely.
be mad, and I said I did not. I would not be like furious mad. I don't know what I would do going forward. I didn't. But that's what we're discussing. That you said you would be mad.
I would feel like I was.
You were tricked.
I was tricked. I was led to believe that I was buying this, and in reality, I was buying this. I mean,
but if it all felt the same, and
I don't know that it does.
Let's assume it does. Let's assume it does, and you were happy with the evening, and then you learn this news.
Well, I don't. This is going to sound horrible. I apologize to anybody who has family members that are. I know we have listeners that are transgender. I know we have listeners whose kids are transgender. And I'm sensitive to that. And I don't mean to be rude, but that
I think they should tell you. By the way, I do agree with you. I just don't know that I would be furious.
Hold
That's
on,
all.
I was going to make a point. The things that I've seen now, this is media and stuff like that. When I see Caitlyn Jenner, and I know everyone wants to go hero, this and that. When you see comments made by her, they're very dude-like. There's very much a guy in there, right?
Yeah.
When the transgender, the Hollywood family, Arquette family, and you've got the transgender one. I don't know if she's even still. Did she pass?
I thought she killed herself, possibly.
Maybe, but she was on a reality show, and people would fuck with her, and she would be dainty little woman all day long. And when the fight came, it was like, you motherfucker, chairs being thrown, like went full beast mode. Caveman DNA came up, and you turned into a fucking guy in that moment. And so I think there's more than just like, oh, wow, I'm not progressive thinking enough to be able to accept that it felt the same. It's like, I see a lot of those people, and a lot of them still have a lot of the traits that they were just DNA born with. And so I think it's an unfair It's a dick move, bro.
So
it's a dick move.
no, ultimately your view is that that person is a male. I get it. Alexis Arquette did not kill herself. She died of cardiac arrest related to HIV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and if you can find video of when she was on the,
What was it?
I can't remember Alexa Arquette.
Not
She
The
was-
Simple Life, but
No,
the,
it was one of those like
yeah.
where a bunch of roommates get together and they would do, you know, kind of like Real World where you just have like 8 roommates.
Yeah,
Um,
bunch of D-listers.
right, and they'd all go out to a bar, or restaurant, and then someone would inevitably pick a fight with one of them. And there were a couple instances where like, yeah, okay, she fucking wasn't a dainty little woman there. She fucking full on went after it, but whatever. Maybe you can find a video of it somewhere. If not, no big deal. Did you know about this drag queen story time going on at the library in
Yeah,
Huntington
like
Woods?
Huntington Woods. Yeah. What's the deal with that, man?
I don't know.
I don't understand the purpose of it. I understand it's going on. And
Oh,
it
you know
was-
the purpose of it.
Well, yeah, okay. The
Yeah.
purpose is to make
There's
sure
an
that
agenda
it's,
behind it.
Yeah, it's just that everything's cool with this, and
So
kids get introduced to trannies right off the bat. Transgender.
Transvestites. They're not transgender or trans or trannies.
Transvestites. Sorry,
Yes, they're drag queens. Totally different thing, Jay.
my bad.
There doesn't make them gay. It doesn't mean they want to cut their dicks off or anything. But yeah, I didn't know this was going on at the Huntington Woods Public Library where they had like story time.
Mhm.
And so you'd have a drag queen come in and read to the children
Yeah,
and explain, I don't know, whatever. So it's been a year since this series started.
it's drawing like 100 people a week, right?
Yeah,
see this shit?
bringing their little kids, like 3 and 4 year olds. Yeah, watch the drag queen story. And so in the recent months, some local residents have gone, hold on, I don't know if I'm crazy about this. So library's drag queen story time. It's the name of the event.
So how does the library respond? The supporters of this thing respond to like the family values, like, hey, why are we introducing kids to kind of this thing?
Yeah.
What's the sales pitch for this thing?
The sales pitch is 100%. We want to get these children at a very, very young age to think, oh, this is just normal.
They openly say that?
The library's program's Facebook page described its mission. Okay. Drag Queen Storytime is just what it sounds like. Drag queens reading stories to children in libraries, schools, and bookstores. Drag Queen Storytime captures the imagination and play of the gender fluidity of childhood and gives kids glamorous, positive, and unabashedly queer role models. Kids are able to see people who defy rigid gender restrictions and imagine a world where people can present as they wish, where dress up is real. That's an agenda, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's trying to like, well, fuck, they don't have any real opinions on anything yet as a 3 or 4 year old. Let's get them now.
Yeah.
To think, do it in schools, public libraries, have these events.
Yeah. Normally I'd say like, well, parents, don't take your kids to this event if you don't want to, but it's the state or the local municipality that's paying for the library.
And then,
so my tax dollars are going to that shit.
Sure. And then, a couple kids in your class go to it and love it. Because what kid, dude, going into your parents' closet and throwing on your dad's shoe. Kids love dress up at that age. A couple kids come back to school and on Monday they're telling your kid all about how awesome it was.
Remember tromping around in your dad's shoes?
Yeah.
The dress shoes. Oh, boom, boom,
See, I was more of a tennis shoes guy.
Oh, yeah?
I got pictures sitting on the lawn with giant shoes on.
Yeah.
They really weren't giant
No.
shoes. They were like size 8 or
I
9
know.
or something, but they looked
Yeah.
giant. God, they were cool.
It felt giant.
Yeah.
Did your dad have the tree horn things going on in there? Because I
No,
was
these were
always
like-
dealing with dress shoes. So I had like that spring action, boom, you pull the shoe horn, not the shoe horn, but the thing that fits. No, the shoe horn is what helps you get it on.
You're talking about the thing that keeps the shape of your
Yeah,
shoe,
it
the
keeps the
wood
shape.
block with
Yeah.
the spring.
The thing that
No.
when Paul gave Manny all those pairs of shoes, he had these wood things in there. The shoe shapers, whatever.
Yeah.
So I always had to pull those out, and I could never get them back in. I'm like, oh shit, my dad's gonna know I was tromping around in his dress
Would he be-
shoes.
he
No,
would
I didn't.
not be
I don't
happy
know
about
why
that?
I was worried about that.
Yeah, he wouldn't have cared.
Like tromp
It'd
away.
be different if you pulled them out of your mom's high heels and wore those around. Your dad might have a problem with that, but his shoes, that's my boy. So, no, the shoes I remember wearing were like old Nikes, like the low top, grass stained clearly for cutting the lawn.
Uh-huh.
They were probably just at the back door. And I
Yeah.
was, I'm going to wear those
Dad
outside.
shoes.
Yeah, dad shoes. So anyway, people are pissed about this. Allison Iverson is
She spoke up.
Huntington Woods City Commissioner. She opposes the program, plans to bring up the issue at the commission's meeting, which I guess is tomorrow, Tuesday. It may be cheapening the sensitive nature of this issue by trying to push this idea that this is something completely natural.
Pretty controversial.
She's a mother of 4. She's resigning in order to move where?
Lake Orion.
Lake
where
Orion.
living is a vacation, as we
Mhm.
know.
Children are very naive and gullible at this age. It seems like the wrong way to teach this kind of acceptance. She worries that the program could be planting a seed about gender fluidity in children who have otherwise never had to wrestle with the issue. That's hogwash, says one employee. I like the use of hogwash.
Hogwash.
57-year-old guy, part-time librarian, clerk, or desk clerk there. That's hogwash. So it's not promoting anything, John Pickle said. You're not going to end up as transsexual because you saw a drag queen story hour.
Why do marketers market? I might ask him.
Yeah. Then why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Do you see?
Why not just have some guy without a wig read stories?
Yeah. So the lady, or the drag queen that's doing this, Miss Raven Devon Castadine, has read stories at times before nearly 100 children. I was nervous coming here. She said at her first performance, I don't know if you guys are going to like me or not. Do you like me? Yay. Like you. So, yeah, I don't know. So are they reading like Dr.
Rainbow
Seuss?
Fish?
Rainbow Fish? I mean, what are they reading, like drag queen stories? Is it just literally a guy dressed up as a woman reading children's books?
It sounded to me like it was just children's books. Yeah, nothing like perverted.
God, I hate sounding like a fucking behind the times weirdo, caveman and all that, but is there just something that feels a little weird about it?
Yeah. Is there something perverted about a drag queen? Ask yourself that. Is there something sexual about a drag queen? Aside from a transvestite, just some dude who's going to dress in normal women's clothes and walk around, and everybody behind his back goes, "Oh my God, look at that guy dressed in a dress."
Yeah, I don't know what
Isn't there
the
something
answer to that
sexual
is.
And
Well, yeah, if you're wearing a dress
so
with
why
fake
are we
titties in there,
presenting like a sexual?
Because they would
thing
say
to...
they would say this is a lifestyle and this is not all about sex. Get your head out of the gutter. But to you and me, it feels like, well, what's with the 6-inch pumps and the fake titties?
You get a big boner by putting nylons on, right? Those lacy panties give you a big boner.
I mean, I guess that's probably naive as shit of us to say, but it's like
at bottom, isn't it all about a boner?
But it's
Can't
not
we
like
boil everything down to the boner.
Sure, yeah, you can basically, but it's not like you're throwing on women's sweatpants and a women's t-shirt and walking around.
That's what I'm saying.
You're dressing up like you're going to the ball.
That's what I'm saying. There's something sexual about a drag queen.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily sexual just with a transvestite. Your run of the mill.
I don't know.
At least the presentation of it, the outward presentation of it. Yes, I think there is something. Hey, what do I know? But I'm guessing that guy's getting a real boner, whether he's dressing as a drag queen or just putting his wife's skirt on. I think.
Well, then what else can it be? Is it just look at me? I want to be noticed for being different? Because the last time I saw oh, that's a full-on drag queen outside of Kinky Boots, the musical that I went to in New York. Other than that, like walking down the street, like 9 Mile and Woodward in Ferndale, and there's a guy sitting there, and I don't care. I walk by
Huntington Woods.
Yeah, he's sitting there at a table in the window in like a full red gown. He was like 6'4", dude. He's got huge pumps on, wig, makeup, scruffy sort of beard, like not even trying that hard. And it was like big old titties propped up and just proudly gets up and is just like walking out the street. And I'm like,
is there a level of women supporting this sort of thing because they don't feel that same sexual feeling behind this? Like as a guy, you can just imagine that fucking guy. He's putting it on. He's got the lacy panties, and now he's going nylons up, and it's a boner thing. But women look at it like more emotional and that he's just expressing himself.
Yeah, right.
And so there's this support that I don't know if so many women would support if they knew how much about the boner it is.
Women can say they understand because it's been said so many times, like the drive of a guy to procreate or to mate. That drive, once you hit a certain age, is like that doesn't shut off. So what did Bill Burr used to say? Like every guy in here is programmed to want to fuck 80% of the women in this room right now, and that's kind of the truth. Where he's like, you're walking around, it's just like you got this thing between your legs that you don't know much about, and just going fucking do it, fucking do it, do it, fucking all day long. And if they didn't just shut us down, we would. So women go, no, I get it. You guys are always thinking with your dick, but no, you don't get it. You're not driven that way.
Right.
Just like we struggle and go, dude, why is this bitch insane? She's fucking crazy. That wasn't even a real fight we just had. What the fuck was that? She was a normal human being.
Yeah.
Switch flipped. She's a cunt, weirdo, psychopath.
Yeah.
We don't understand how that emotional feeling head of theirs works, and they don't truly understand what it means to walk through life going, fuck it, do it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it.
Yeah. I just wonder. I just wonder.
It's a great question because you're probably right. Women are probably going, oh my God, look at his pumps. Where did he get those?
Just expressing himself. Oh, he's got that big fucking raging boner just tucked into that thing.
He's bursting at the seams. Oh, these Lee's pantyhose. Fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So
Beat
I
a
don't
dead
know,
horse.
kids. It sounds like it's still going on. If you want to take your kids down to
Right.
drag queen story time at Huntington Woods Public Library.
If you want to object to your tax dollars being used in that way, you can do that too. Hey, it's December, which means all the good boys and girls get a visit from Santa himself, and Zotford and Jolly Holly is celebrating its Built for the Holidays sales event. That means you pay what they pay. You don't have to be an employee to get employee discounts on select vehicles. For example, lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $123 a month. No plan, no problem. Or lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 as low as $144 a month. No plan, no problem. Don't delay, because once St. Nick finishes his holiday gift giving, Zotford's Built for the Holidays sales event will be finished too.
All right, sorry, Jay. I think E's got video of Alexis Arquette getting into a.
Yeah, losing her shit.
I don't know. We can't pre-watch it
Yeah,
really. It's
okay.
kind of difficult, but I don't know.
They put their foot in their mouth.
Esa misma noche, cuando volvieron a burlarse,
Got the Spanish version.
Yeah, it's probably hard to find. Uh-oh.
se pelearon y fue fuerte.
About to kick someone's ass over there.
I'm gonna do something that will frighten them.
Oh shit.
You threaten her,
Right.
and let me tell you,
Umbrella.
she's gonna take you down.
Bitch is gonna take you down.
Look out for my umbrella. Ella.
Oh, God.
She's hilarious. I love that.
The only thing that ever keeps me from actually getting physically violent is somebody who says something obnoxious. I don't want to damage my face. It's my moneymaker. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy and Vanilla Ice are also on this. What is this called? Surreal Life. Okay.
Surreal Life. Yeah.
Shit.
That was the one Mini-Me was on, right?
Yeah.
Vern
Walking
Troyer.
around drunk all the time. Yeah,
You mentioned Santa a second ago.
I did. Saint Nick, to be exact.
Yeah, I got a YMCA Santa, 75.
Oh no.
There are so many questions to be answered from the story that I have here.
Can we call him?
No, I think he's in jail right
Oh.
now. Yeah, he's dressed as Santa for the Y. He's been charged with repeatedly assaulting and kissing a 3-year-old girl. The center. B.T. Adams, he played Father Christmas there for a number of years. He's been caught on security footage repeatedly assaulting this youngster in November. Staff at the Y in Oshkosh in Wisconsin are also said to have seen Adams take her to the bathroom a number of times. A parent alerted the authorities, allegedly after seeing him kiss the toddler.
Oh.
Police Chief Dan Smith said on 2 occasions Mr. Adams is observed with his hand having sexual contact with the 3-year-old. When interviewed, Adams told police, "Look, she tried to kiss me."
He needs to be better trained.
Look, she was coming into me and kissing me, and when asked if he was attracted to children, he said, "Not an over-attraction."
What?
That's the wrong answer, by the way. If a cop asks you after you've been accused of fucking with a 3-year-old girl, are you attracted to children? Well, not an over-attraction is the wrong answer. The only worse answer is fuck yes, I want to fuck all of them. Like, that would be a worse answer.
E, the right answer is no, for the record.
Thank you.
Shame on you, sir. No, I'm not. What do I look like, a fucking animal?
Shame on you,
I think shame
sir.
on you would not be strong enough, Mike.
I was so taken aback by the accusation. Shame on you, sir. No, I'm not. Adams is said to have told police that if you find any evidence, going through my computers, whatever, I would be totally shocked because I have been able to control any attractions I have.
Oh my God.
Again, not the right answer. Look, I've got some attractions to children. Yes, I've been very good at keeping them in check, though. So if you happen to find anything in my computer, I would be absolutely shocked. There's absolutely no fucking way you'll find anything in there because I've never done anything like that.
Yeah, you got to be
Shame
all
on
in
you.
on this one, sir.
Yeah, they're asking people like, hey, by the way, if your children met this Santa Claus,
dude,
here's a number to call. already 17 parents have called with their kids' stories. Now, I don't know how this usually works at the Y. I don't know if they've got a different program, but when I read stuff like repeatedly assaulting and kissing was seen, like if an adult or anybody saw him once assault or kiss the 3-year-old, why is the 3-year-old anywhere within the vicinity of the Santa Claus?
Oh, I know.
Also, a parent alerted the authorities after seeing him kiss the toddler, and then he's observed again with his hands all over this girl. And I just don't understand why. Oh, also the whole thing, like a number of parents witnessed him take the girl to the bathroom several times.
Yeah, how do you get a second, third, fourth bite at this apple?
Yeah.
Is your question, right?
Well, my question is, okay, I'm playing Santa Claus and you bring the tiny girl to see me.
You're sitting on a throne of sorts.
I'm on my throne.
I might
got
be an
the
elf.
beard.
I might have the green hat on.
Sure.
Striped, socks, something like that. I might lead the tiny girl up to you.
Sure.
Tiny girl sits on your lap.
You guys are smiling. Maybe you got your cameras, and I'm going, hey, fucker, it's $5 a photo. Put your cameras away.
Right.
Jesus, man. This is how I make my fucking living. Sorry, honey. I'll be with you in a second. And so at what point do I go, oh, she's got to go potty. Be back in a minute.
Right. Off
and
your
walk
throne.
past, hey, Dad, Mom, we'll be back in a minute.
Several times, not just once.
Several times.
Yeah, I don't know how this works, man.
Oh, looks like she's got to go potty again. Gonna take the same 3-year-old to the bathroom.
Yeah, what were the circumstances here?
And several parents are witnessing this.
Is this a wandering Santa? Maybe this YMCA just has a Santa wandering around. And
you think that there's a spot where there's a throneless Santa?
Maybe. And then, maybe he's got candy canes to entice the children. And
look at that, dude.
He's scrawny. He's way more scrawny than I thought.
I put a suit on, a fake belly.
Yeah. Maybe he's wandering around and maybe this kid is a repeat customer at the Y,
Do we need to set a PSA out for like how you're supposed to react around Santas? For parents out there that are like, I don't know, Santa wanted to take my 5-year-old to the bathroom a couple times. Should I or should I not let him go? The answer is no, ever. And Santa's out there. Your job is to sit on your throne. Your job is to let a toddler sit on your lap, tell you what he wants for Christmas.
Do not diddle them.
You don't touch them. You just say, yes, I promise. No matter what you've asked for, whatever the child has asked for, you guarantee it'll be there Christmas morning. I wish my parents would get back together. Done. Christmas magic, son. That's what it's about. Next. And if a kid goes, I want a football. Nah, kid, think higher. Shoot for the stars, man. What do you really want? I want a big SUV. Done. Count on it. You want the big red bow too?
That's your job.
That's your fucking job, man.
Nick.
Hell yes.
He gets it.
Every kid that comes to me is going to walk away thrilled, knowing that his parents are getting back together. He's getting a fucking SUV for Christmas.
Might have a few questions on Christmas morning, but at the time, it's going to be thrilling for them.
You brought him to my zone.
Yeah.
I sent him back to you. What you guys do after that, that's on you. He asked me for something. My job as St. Nick is not to go, no, you've been a bad boy.
Not let me diddle you and take you to the bathroom.
Yeah. Look, I don't know you, Johnny. So I'm taking you at your word that you were not naughty this year.
Right.
Right?
That's number one.
So understanding and believing that you were nice all year, you deserve to have your parents back together. Who am I? Who the fuck am I, man?
Have you guys seen the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Christmas special?
Probably.
Oh my God. Jesus. Watched it last night again.
Yeah.
It's stellar, man. Watch this episode.
Does one of them play Santa or something?
No, Charlie bites Santa in the neck, though, in the middle of the mall. It draws major blood.
Really? In front of kids?
It's just an outstanding episode. That and the Boggs episode are just fucking outstanding.
Boggs episode. Isn't that the one where she's trying to like crush a case of beer?
Oh, they're
flight home or whatever.
They crushed 71 beers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to beat this famous Boggs record, apparently.
Yeah.
Dee is masterful in that episode. That's Dee's best episode for sure.
Playing drunk like that and not overplaying it.
She does it perfectly.
She come out on the conveyor belt with the luggage at one point.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then speaking of Christmas stuff, this is the time when a lot of people are ordering Amazon, going through our Amazon link. I know.
Please do that on DetroitCast.com. It's a great time of year to do so.
Amazon.
Remember the parrot we talked about, I don't know, a year or two ago?
Parrot.
He was living in a sanctuary and he was just like, fuck off.
He's talking shit.
Fuck off.
I do remember that.
And he would swear to, so they're like, if Rocco, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go to hell. Blow me. He was just like, everything he was taught was like, suck a dick, And so their kids are coming to this sanctuary and seeing it. So they're like, We can't keep Rocco. Fuck you. Yes, you can. Fuck you. Yes, you can. And so they're like, So one of the people that worked there took Rocco, was like, all right, I'm going to give Rocco a home at my home. You can, you can play there. And
You
you
just
can
pause
swear.
for a moment and appreciate the fact that birds can do that.
I know.
Holy fuck, is that cool?
It's so
I
cool.
love that.
Well, get this son of a bitch is in trouble again. He's at home.
Oh,
He's out of
Rocco.
sight. He still swears like a motherfucker. He's been going on Amazon Alexa and ordering shit.
Rocco.
Poops.
There has never been a company quite like Amazon.
So he's an African gray parrot, and so the family has this Amazon Echo, and he keeps using it to order stuff. He's ordered strawberries, watermelon, raisins, broccoli, ice cream, a kite,
Wow.
a kettle, and light bulbs.
Okay.
And so Rocco and Alexa chat away to each other all day, said his owner Marion Wisniewski. Then I have to check the shopping list and cancel all the items he's ordered. He also uses Alexa to play music. His preferred genre is rock, and he fucking dances his balls off.
Oh my God.
If you're rocking hard enough, he'll dance. And his favorite band is Kings of Leon.
Kick
And
ass.
so he plays Kings of Leon all day, and he just
Yeah.
fucking dances.
And the cool thing about Rocco is he needs to be placed in a will. Those sons of bitches live so long. You
Yeah.
gotta will him to the next guy.
Yep.
Love him, man.
Dude, isn't he great? Do you have any video? I don't know if you have video of him, or
I guess this is him, I think.
A pet that needs to be bequeathed.
Yep.
I have
We're looking for a gray parrot.
Okay, I don't.
Oh, Pablo.
There's a cute
Yeah.
though.
Here, watch.
Here's a cute.
Here, you can watch.
Okay.
This isn't him, but this is some
Cursing parrots compilation.
some.
What's up, bitch?
What's up, bitch?
What's up, bitch?
What's up, bitch? Whore.
That might be him.
Whore.
What the fuck? Dude, this is amazing. Why don't we
It
have
is.
10 of these?
I know.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck you.
That guy's a dick.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Fucking old bastard. What did you say? Fucking old bastard. You're a naughty bird.
Fucking old bastard
Fucking
with
old
an English
bastard.
accent.
Bastard.
Fucking old bastard.
Goodbye.
What do you call me? Come here.
Goodbye, cunt. Goodbye, cunt.
Fucking old bastard. Oh, you're a naughty.
You cunt.
You're a naughty bird.
You're a naughty bird.
Goodbye.
Fuck off.
Goddamn fucking son of a bitch.
Wow.
Goddamn fucking son of a bitch. Goddamn fucking son of a bitch. Goddamn fucking son of a bitch.
That guy just got
Are you
fired.
sure the name wasn't Ruby? Are you sure it was Rocky?
Gosh, Rocco.
Okay.
R-O-C-C-O.
Man, I wonder how long it takes, how many times you need to repeat a phrase before they pick it up.
Well, he'll pick up hello pretty quick.
Yeah.
Polly want a cracker. Pretty quick, but
Oh, is that an easy one for him? Polly want a cracker?
Polly want a crackers. I mean, that's a go-to. That's a staple. That's
Yeah.
day one stuff.
Yeah.
You want to get to fucking old bastard. It's going to take a bit of time, but he'll get
I
there.
imagine.
Dude, we should all have one of those. I mean,
On our
Even-
shoulders at all times.
hell yeah. Even if you had like kids like you do at the house, don't you feel a responsibility to teach them how to say fuck off? Fuck off. Wouldn't you? Like, you don't want to be just like, if you get someone as dope as that, you can't be the Polly want a cracker guy.
I wish you could sort of trigger what phrase you want, though, because you really can't, right? I mean, it sounded like that guy was saying, you know, what'd you call me or whatever, and he would react that way. But I wonder if you can trigger them to say other phrases, or if he just says whatever the fuck is on his mind at that point in terms of the
whatever's on his
phrase he
mind.
memorized.
This might be. I don't know. This might be him ordering off Alexa or something.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
That's a gray parrot.
Okay.
Alexa. Hello, Tower Stabler.
Hi there.
Yeah. He's always ready to swoop for a bargain.
Yeah,
Swears
Rocco the
by
parrot.
early bird offers.
He's a cute.
Yeah, he is. I want to see him order something. There you go. Talks back, plays music. Kings of Leon. Yeah, I said all that.
Wow.
So that's all the video you got of it? Not you, E.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you have him going, strawberries, strawberries?
Beautiful bird.
Gorgeous. Let's take a quick break.
Sure.
And then Florida lawyer claims they've uncovered Hugh Hefner's celebrity sex tapes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then we got to talk about that mega church guy too, the pastor,
the Lambo
guy. We'll get to that and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the show. I'm Jay. And we'll get to the Mega Pastor in just a sec here. But, you know, your famous, what do you call her? You say she's got an equine ass, the Queen's jogger.
Yeah, what happened there?
Karina Vetrano. Oh, no, she's still dead. She's the one that was found by her dad. The guy,
but the guy's being tried, right?
you know, he was, they had a hung jury. And
That's
so
right.
they're
That's
going
right.
to retry him. So he's sitting in jail at Rikers Island, awaiting a retrial, which I think they're saying is going to be in January or something.
But he's pissed about how other prisoners are treating him.
Yes. This is the guy that punched her in the face, threw her to the ground, violently raped her. And they don't say anal in the stories anymore, but I'm positive that he raped her ass and vagine in that incident.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's the one bit him so hard she broke her teeth. You know? I mean, they said she fought her ass off to stay alive. Anyways, he says, and you're gonna feel bad for him. It says that he fears being beat up. He receives contaminated food, and all while he's incarcerated there at Rikers. Is it Channel or Chanel Lewis?
I think it's Chanel.
I'm gonna call him
called
Channel.
them both, yeah.
Yeah, I like Channel better. He's from Brooklyn, and he's waiting retrial for the strangulation murder of her. The Post reports they've got a series of phone calls they've had with him. These calls they've gotten from Rikers, and he's being traumatized all the time.
Poor guy.
Yeah, corrections supervisors are trying to tell inmates to beat me up. They're also encouraging inmates to call me names, including a faggot.
Names?
Yeah, he's being called a faggot, and the A word and the P word.
He says
You know,
the A word and the P word.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you can get away with that with the C word and the N word, right?
Yeah,
The
A
C word
word.
and the N word. Now you're letting us, like, what do they call? They call you an asshole, and the P word, I'm assuming, is pussy. I'm assuming maybe it's prick.
Yeah. Chanel, you raped a chick. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just go ahead and say asshole.
Yeah, you put your dick in an asshole, I'm pretty sure, against their will. But I don't like this trend. Call me the B word, the A word, the C word and the N word. Those are the two. You can't say nigga. You can't say cunt. So you can get away with saying the N word or the C word. You cunt! Say the F word. The F word was fuck forever. It's now faggot all of a sudden. Ugh. So he's also had several complaints. He's had several complaints about fellow inmates' masturbation habits. Yeah, he's not happy about this. I feel for him, man. Female corrections officers are encouraging inmates while they pleasure themselves, telling men that they want to wrap their legs around them and get an orgasm, and it's really gross.
This bothers this guy.
Yeah, so female.
Now, let's be clear. This guy's DNA was found on this chick.
In her
so-
fingernails.
Yeah.
Which is weird to plant that under her
It is.
fingernails.
I mean,
you
she
know?
didn't even know him. He didn't even know her.
No.
But
No.
there it was.
And then, his damn Bing machine, all that stuff about her and pictures of her and the site where she was found, all that kind of stuff. Not helping. Not helping. Not, not a case closer, but not helping. And so, yeah, so female inmates or female corrections officers, walking by in their uniform.
Looking
Those guys,
hot in those cop pants.
That fat,
Yes.
pudgy
Everybody
fat woman.
knows that look.
Kind of the bush haircut,
Pushed into those pants.
Yeah, walking by. I could fart louder than you. And so, she's sitting there walking by, and these guys are just like fucking jacking their hogs, and they're like, and she's like, ooh, I'd like to wrap my legs around you and get an orgasm. And he's like, that is so gross. Just inappropriate. It's not like that.
Can you
at
imagine
all.
being so deprived that you're whacking off to a female prison guard?
I know.
It's grim.
He's most vocal about the fact that the inmates, through their frequent masturbation, were getting their DNA in his food by passing it from their hands to those of the female corrections officers, who then transferred to Lewis
a
when
lot
they
of
gave him his
transferring.
food and water.
A lot of transferring of the cum.
Yeah, he's calling it's a health hazard. He's calling it an absolute health hazard.
Well, if you're making a list of complaints, you might as well throw this on there, right?
Yeah. Food inside the hot pot is just contaminated. It's like he's thinking this over, like, that guy's jackson off all day, and then he's
then
touching
that
her
goes
hand.
there, and that goes there.
And then it's like, well, yeah, my DNA ended up under that girl's fingernails, but that doesn't make this acceptable. That's wrong. And, usually I don't like the inmates being treated. We differ greatly on this. I don't want them
Had this
served
discussion
maggots.
just the other day.
I don't want someone coming in their food or raping them. But for this guy, it's really hard for me to just like get behind that. I gotta be honest
that's
with
I
you.
think what you guys miss during these discussions of these inmates. You always
I
picture
don't miss that.
We always picture
Yeah.
this guy that was wrongly convicted, or this guy who he was selling acid, but he was using a hard card stock and they weighed the paper. But dude, we're talking about fucking violent felons most of the time.
Some of
right?
them.
By the way,
Some of them.
I don't miss that in the conversation.
No?
I still don't believe that just how I believe. I don't believe that humans, it is what it is, and the being in
Yeah.
there is a punishment.
Well, the
So
fact that Mike just said he
I
in this
understand.
instance it hit home, that suggests to me that at least he wasn't appreciating.
okay, well,
probably
I
that
would
fact
make
during
sure
the
that I.
discussion. The record's clear.
It seems ticky-tack, though, to be worrying about their masturbation habits and
This guy's a
you know what I mean? Like if he was going, dude, I've been in here for 6 months. I'm an asshole, and my butt is being raped every fucking day.
Yeah.
My mouth and butt are playthings to these people. This is wrong. I would go, dude, that's bullshit. But if it's like, well, that guy's jacking off, and then this girl ends up giving him a hug later, and then she brings me my food, so basically they're just coming in my food.
Yeah.
No, sorry, dude. Not
Sort of
gonna
reminds
sweat
you of
that.
those cases you hear all the time where these guys are complaining about they're suing because they can't wear their hair a certain way or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
Fuck off,
Yeah,
dude. You are
stop.
a convicted murderer.
Yeah. It's my religious belief
Yeah.
that I need to have this beard. Fuck off. You should have thought of that before you bomb someone, asshole. Shave it off. Care about your religious freedom.
Hey, everybody, your investment plan should be created just for you. However, developing and maintaining a financial plan can be a bit of a balancing act. Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial can deliver the guidance needed to develop a well-balanced investment plan. Call him today. Tell him you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000. That's 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Well, it sounds like tapes recorded at the Playboy Mansion, these sex tapes, from Hef, are going to be shown in the civil court case against Bill Cosby.
The Cos.
Yeah. Lawyer Spencer Coven has uncovered scores of recordings involving dozens of high-profile celebrities at the raunchy mansion parties. Mr. Coven said the tapes were handed over by Playboy Enterprises and appear to have been professionally edited and produced. The attorney now wants raw closed-circuit footage from the parties so he can review scenes edited out of the films.
All right. So when I read this, it wasn't clear to me that they were referring to sex tapes. This could just be footage to prove that he was at the same party as her, sort of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe. But,
because this is a Playboy bunny or some chick from like 2011. I think,
yeah, she
who's
was like
suing him.
16, 18 or something.
Yeah.
And he was like 60.
So we're
whatever it
not
was.
reaching back into the way, way, way back archives, but we know Hef had been doing that since, right, forever.
Yes.
These films in the back rooms and so forth. But
This talking about Chloe Gaines, who's 28 now, and she was at a party in 2008 at the mansion.
And this could be, like I said, this could just be closed circuit shit, just showing her arrive, showing him arrive, and they're like, there you go. That proves that they were at the same party, and this is the party she's claiming where he roofied her.
Well, and we know too from that story we did a couple weeks ago where Hefner claims, he discarded all those videos into the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean, had his really trusted guy do that because he didn't want these tapes getting out after his death of all these celebrities and blah, blah, blah. When I read this, I was like, but that does make sense. It's like if we can put them in the same room at the same time, she claims she was given a drink, she was drugged, woke up, he's got his pants around his ankles over her. She was,
Yeah, it could be any part of the case, right? He could be like, I've never even met her. I don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
Well, there you are, kissing her or whatever.
Walking around this party with her, blah, blah, blah. Right. But dude, I told you when I was there, I mean, Amy and I were in a back bedroom because it was like, dude, if you're at the Playboy Mansion, you got to get laid at the Playboy Mansion, right? And we're sitting on the bed, and this dude walks in with a full fucking camera. I mean, dude, full camera. This was not like a handy game. He was
Do
like,
your thing.
I'm not here. I'm not here. Like, no, motherfucker, you're right there. Get the fuck out of here. And closed the door and like locked it and like get back on the bed. All of a sudden, there's another door in the other side of the room. Same guy fucking opens up. Just ignore me. I'm not here. I'm not here. So it's like, dude, if I wouldn't have been like, could have easily been part of one of those tapes. Like,
did you even have your red fanny pack off at the time? How undressed were you? I'm just trying to picture it.
I was unfanny packed, you son of a bitch. I had my fake beard off and I had my hat off.
Yeah, your Uncle Sam hat.
I had my jacket off. So I was in a t-shirt, white t-shirt. Yeah. I still had my candy striped pants on.
You were in a state of undress.
Oh, yeah, I was. And Amy went as a fucking gold
Goldfinger, yeah.
Like
the chick who was painted gold.
Painted
so
gold.
she was in a state of undress the whole evening.
She was undressed the whole night. She was just painted gold. I mean, that's what she went at. And half the women there are just painted something. I'm Captain America, nude Captain America, painted, whatever. So, yeah, interesting. See where that goes. But I was thinking the whole time it was sex tapes. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I kind of read it twice. I'm like, do they say sex tapes? No, they don't.
Sense.
Hey, everybody, college tackle ball and pro tackle ball for that matter, is indeed heating up. I mean, here we are near the end of the season, but you can still see all the big games at the Hamlin Pub. So go watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like their $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, boneless wings, or the Nacho Supreme. Of course, these specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations: Clarkson, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
John Gray, I mentioned him last night. He's the megachurch pastor, in South Carolina, and he gave his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini for their 8th anniversary.
Read the room, Gray.
And he's been getting a little bit of heat on social media from people. His Instagram, I guess, has been taken down. He might have a little bit of it. He's a pastor of the Relentless Church. He led his wife to a bow wrapped, so he had it bowed properly. Car handed her the keys, was saying, "Lamborghini, yours."
But he wants to be clear: none of this money came from the flock.
No, God helped me make my wife's dream come true, though. The Lord helped me in so many ways to make my dreams come true.
Isn't he a spinoff from what's his name in Texas? Here we go.
The Lord so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Not his only son, his only begotten son.
Joel Osteen. He's a spinoff from that.
Yeah. And now that son begotten his wife a Lamborghini, John 3:16. Can I get an amen?
Was it a Countach?
I don't know. I was going to say that too. Is it a Countach? Can I get an amen? My wife needed a Lamborghini and she got her Lamborghini. God is good. God is great. Let us be grateful for the gifts the Lord has bestowed upon us all, like me and in my Lamborghini Countach, which is going to help me score some more Countach for my wife. God bless the Lord.
Countach from the Countach.
Yeah, I'm going to get some poon.
So is this just from his regular weekly salary, bi-weekly salary that he gets, or
flipping burgers at Denny's?
Yeah. No, did he write a book or something? Series of books? Where does he get his cash, man?
He says.
Doesn't he say that though? I think he does say that.
He saved money for years during a variety of sources financially, including his second book deal, 4th season of The Book of John Gray, which is like a reality show he does for Oprah's network. And that's how he's paying it off.
Okay.
On his wife's honeymoon 8 years ago, they were so broke they had to share a shrimp cocktail. So, he had to make up for it, and Lamborghini it is.
Hey, y'all politicians and pastors, do what you want in terms of making your money and spending your money, but don't be surprised if people look at you as incredible when you do so. Because it seems like you ought to be a public servant and kind of be living your life looking like somewhat of a public servant.
But Jesus bestowed these incredible gifts on me. I'm forever blessed and grateful to the Lord.
Begs the question.
I fly private because there's devil demons in the cockpit. Well, it seems like we need you more than ever in the cockpit. Then, if there's demons in here, I mean, you got a direct line to God and all. No, I need to fly private, and my God is going to pay for the jet. Praise Jesus. It's so fucking unbelievable.
Such a bad luck.
And that may be 100% too. You look at Joel Osteen's house, who he also worked for, as you mentioned. Oh my gosh. It's incredible. Remember the amount of shit he took when the floods hit Houston and was like, he locked the doors.
Oh yeah.
The one spot, like the water came close to his doors of that mega church. You've all seen it with the blue carpet. It's like fucking Boise playing football. In there, it's huge. It's got like grandstands. It looks like a fucking stadium.
Could have housed 20,000 people.
Exactly. And it was like, it's crazy. It's locked. And they were like, but the Lord wanted people to be able to come in here.
Yeah, if not for instances like that, like what's a church for,
Yeah.
Give me a break, man.
I mean, and I think last minute he was like, oh yeah, with those eyes that are closed. The Lord wanted me to bring people in here, so we're bringing the people in here.
God, that guy looks smarmy.
Weird, yeah. And I think he's got a bunch of hot daughters too.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so. Spoiled. BMW driving rich kids. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen so many of these instances, and I don't doubt that he's got the money. If you're on Oprah's network and you've got a book deal here and there, you've swindled enough people, you've got money. And I don't necessarily believe like, oh, he was stealing
the flocks.
Yeah, it's like, and his wife is defending him. And of course, I mean, her fucking Lamborghini.
She just want to give up the Countach.
Kidding me?
She's already given up the Countach.
He told me this Lamborghini is yours. And so, yeah, she's like, his quotes, his wife, let's see, Aventer Gray.
That's pretty.
Yeah, Aventer Gray. Defended her husband on a post saying, I don't see anyone screaming about how basketball players drive what they do while you paying money to see them play in arenas and on fields. We don't live for people. We live for God.
Wow.
All right. In December of 2017, in an interview, John Gray defended pastors who drive fancy cars. Said, the few indulgences, and one of those is to own a fine car. Thank you. Praise Jesus.
Think of this, man. His whole career, right? His sole job is to save souls. Yeah. Sole job. That's all you do. He just lost more people's interest in Christianity through this story.
Totally. Of course he did.
Than he gained through his whole life's work.
I ain't saving souls. I'm saving money for a Countach that the Lord wants me to have. Can I get an amen?
It's just sad, man.
I know. If the individuals that are serving are honorable and committed to serving, that's all I'm doing is serving, ladies and gentlemen. If they have saved their money and want to do something nice for their spouse, or they want to live in a nice big home, you've got one life. Amen. Praise the Lord. So yeah, he's questioned the criticism he's received. If I bought her a mid-price sedan, no one would have cared. Thank you, Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah, no
like,
shit, asshole.
That's the whole point.
If I bought my wife a gross-ass Ford Focus, no one would have been focusing on us. Praise Jesus.
Right.
He wanted me in a Countach. I do my work for Jesus. I serve him, and he serves me with a goddamn Lamborghini Countach. Basketball players get one. Why can't I?
He has honed in on the problem, hasn't he? That's the Countach. That's the $200,000 Countach. It is, sir.
How can they be so fucking ignorant and so
tone deaf?
Tone deaf is a great word. It's
it just shows like how removed they are from reality, right?
Yeah.
They claim to be working for the people and all that. And
I mean, dude, Jesus is the Son of the Lord. If he wanted to fly private to Jerusalem, he could. But he came in hot on a donkey, man, because he wanted to be with the people. He hung out with whores. To bang them? No. To fucking act like, dude, they're just people too.
To save
them.
Yeah.
They get deep-dicked a lot more than you do, but they're people. They're human beings. So yeah, I'm not flying in private to Jerusalem. I'm gonna take a fucking nice donkey with 3 other wise men, I believe, or something like that. And they followed the moon, and then he came in hot. And
conflated a few Bible stories, but you're on the right track, Mike.
He stopped at the side of the road, met some dude. They went boating, and then he caught a bunch of fish, and then he drank a bunch of wine. He's getting shit-faced with the locals. He's a good dude, man. Guy's got it figured out, but he ain't flying private or first class. Trying to avoid demons in the tube. Shit.
Hey, everybody. This segment has been brought to you by our friend Kyle Mayer.
And our big friend Jesus. Praise the Lord. I'm just serving the Lord.
And the Mayer and Company accountants. So if you dread handling your personal business taxes as much as you dread having to apply the topical medication to Big E's feet, well, let Kyle Mayer handle all that shit for you. Kyle's a pro. You can trust him. Don't waste your time trying to figure out all the damn tax forms, numbers, and deductions. Leave it all to Kyle. Call Kyle today at 248-521-0016.
Call Jesus, too. You can find him in Gideon's Bible. 1-800-GIDEONS will get you the Lord. And he would put that ointment on this fuck's toes, too, because that's what Jesus did.
Wash his feet, even Big E's feet.
Saving one gross wizard foot after another. Praise Jesus. Christmas Story.
Yeah.
One of your least favorite movies?
Well, I haven't seen the whole thing in a long time, and it is still on my list.
Have you made it to the fa-ra-ra-ra scene?
Yeah, I've seen that part, yeah.
Do they cut
That's
that
at
out
the very
still?
end, I think. Do they really?
I think
on network TV.
Yeah, because it airs every year, like starting Christmas Eve at midnight for 24 hours on TBS, I believe. They've had that license for years.
Isn't that the very last scene?
Yeah, because the damn dogs next door, those hounds, break in and steal his Christmas turkey and eat it. Yeah. And so
They have to go to the Chinese restaurant.
the only thing open is a Chinese restaurant, and they're trying to get in the mood, and they're singing because the whole L thing.
Yeah.
And so people get bummed, and I thought they fucking dumped that scene.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. And if not, they will.
It'd be easy to dump, just that it's the last scene and all.
Well, that Christmas Story house has been fully restored to its original glory.
In Cleveland or something, or close to Cleveland?
Yeah. They've restored it completely. It's got
I think
the
we've
leg
received
lamp.
post from there.
We
I think
have.
someone,
maybe
someone
one time.
visited and sent us post.
This comes up a little bit because Dan Patrick, the Dan Patrick Show, had Peter Billingsley on today.
Okay.
And I guess it was a great interview with him. Peter Billingsley obviously played Ralphie, the main character.
Also, wasn't he Messy Marvin on the commercials? No?
Messy Marvin.
Yeah, wasn't Messy Marvin the kid who was, it wasn't a chocolate milk commercial or something? I thought you'd immediately say, yeah, that was the guy.
No,
Sorry,
maybe.
I didn't mean to bring this
No.
to a screeching halt.
I just thought the guy did Ralphie, and then we never heard from him again.
Okay.
And it turns out he's a bigly like producer in Hollywood. F is for Family, the Bill Burr thing.
Okay.
He works a lot with Vince Vaughn, and I mean it's a whole incestuous network there. Vince Vaughn is part of F is for Family too.
Yeah,
and,
Hershey's syrup, Messy Marvin. There you go.
Yeah, I remember that
1985.
commercial.
That's him, right? That's him.
Yeah,
all right.
oh for sure.
It's Messy Marvin.
Doesn't he have a lip?
Tries,
Doesn't he have a little lip?
Yes. Look at him. Overflowing the tub and everything.
That's what I looked like. Could have done this, man.
I always wish my mom would buy me that Hershey's
We
syrup.
had it. It was so good. You just put a mountain of it in there.
Oh, it looks delicious.
It is. It is.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's Ralphie.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, he did a bunch of these commercials.
Marvin.
He was sort of the Macaulay Culkin, prior to Macaulay Culkin.
Absolutely.
He got around.
Absolutely. So anyways, they've got this this house totally restored, and they give like 7-day-a-week tours. You can spend the night there.
Wow.
Yeah. Features original props, costumes, and memorabilia from the film. Among some of those are the toys from the Higbee's window. Is that the mall that they?
I don't even know. I
Yeah.
know the Fragile lamp there, but
Randy's snowsuit.
Sure, yeah.
That's
where he
there.
fell down and
it's
couldn't
like
get up.
He can't move his arms or his legs. They've got Mrs. The chalkboard from Mrs. Shields' classroom.
Boy, now you're stretching me.
That's where they have to write like their Christmas.
I mean, it's just a chalkboard where if they, like if you got in detention, you have to write shit or
Okay,
whatever.
I will not. Sort of Bart
It's
Simpson-esque.
they're in that classroom when they look out the window and see the kid's got his tongue stuck to the pole, and so it's kind of I can't remember. There's something else memorable
Famously
about that.
written on it. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, dude, I've
the
seen that
family
movie
car also is there, and then the Bumpus house.
Okay, I remember that name.
The Bumpus house is located just to the left of the Christmas Story
That's where the
house.
hounds came from, right?
It's the fictional home to Ralphie's hillbilly neighbors, the Bumpuses, and their 785 smelly hound dogs. And so the hounds are the ones that stole Ralphie's dad's turkey.
The Bumpy owned the hounds. 785 of them?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow.
They didn't. So you can make a reservation, stay the night at the Bumpus house,
Wow.
or at the Christmas Story house. They've got a gift shop right across the street. I guess it's like a real tourist attraction now. And so anyway, he was on Dan Patrick's show, and I guess Dan was asking him like, did you keep anything from the set, there? And he still has to this day the Red Ryder BB gun.
Wow.
The pink bunny PJs.
Okay, yeah.
He kept those. He kept the cowboy outfit too.
Yeah.
That he wore in like a dream sequence when he was like protecting the town with his trusty Red Ryder BB gun. Yeah.
Those are great things to keep.
Hell yeah.
To identify 3 things to keep, right?
Yeah.
The bunny outfit.
That's
Didn't
kinda
the
funny.
mom buy him the matching bunny outfit?
You know what?
That bummed him out.
Yeah.
No, it was his aunt or something had made it for him.
Try it on, Ralphie.
And,
Try it on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then finally he
Didn't
had
his brother have some stupid one too? That he had to
but
wear?
the brother didn't care as much because he was young and
Yeah. I don't know. What else would you keep? Like the bar of soap that your mom shoved in your mouth and made you suck on because you were swearing.
I think the gun would have been enough. Just the gun. That's the biggest thing in the whole.
That bunny PJs is
Those
Yeah.
two
pretty
outfits,
famous.
Maybe
though, man.
maybe the glasses with the shot
your
on.
eye.
Oh
it.
yeah. Shoot your eye out. Yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of iconic things. I mean, the leg lamp, obviously, you would want if you
Huge.
could get that. Even the top of the Fragile box.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool. So, anyway, he also produced Iron Man.
No shit.
Yeah.
Ralphie.
So he's tied in with Jon Favreau and
Okay.
Vince Vaughn, like that whole
Yeah.
circle. Yeah. We should. Do we have any email, Jay?
We do. Hey, if you want to write in the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com. Brock writes in, "What up, fags?" or however you identify. So sorry if I offended anyone, says Brock. I was in my driveway this morning and noticed, well, a crack. And since Hopcat is no longer using the terrible term, I'm not sure what to call it. I surely won't be calling it a crack for obvious reasons. I also can't.
That's actually, dude, that's a great.
For obvious reasons,
Dude.
right? I also can't call it a split as to not offend someone who's going through a breakup or divorce. Please help.
It's triggering.
God, what do you call it?
Dude,
Fucking crack.
this is actually-
can't call a split.
This might be one of
So
my.
what? I missed the very
A
front.
separation in
So-
the cement.
So he's got a
He's
crack.
got a crack in his
No offense.
driveway.
You can't say that though. And he's right. You
Um,
can't say split. Someone
yeah.
might be.
Can you say a fault line?
What did E famously miscall Crackiola on the
Carrot hole.
carrot hole? Call it a carrot hole. Go with that.
Carrot hole. Yeah, he did. There's a people were doing the symbols of carrot and a red hole.
So there you go, Brock. That thing's not a crack. It's not a split. It's a carrot hole.
Carrot hole.
And with that, I would
Perfect.
like to say, fuck all those people, says Brock. Too sensitive to hear a word. They're just words, people. Holy shit. What is this world coming to? I would issue a formal grievance on this, but I'm very sure that this has been brought up way too often to not be stolen. So please accept this as my informal grievance, as this pains me daily. It is tough to deal with.
Oh yeah.
The show is awesome as always. Later, Brock.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Brock.
Brock.
Carrot hole. That's perfect. I got a goddamn carrot hole in the driveway. I don't know what to do about it. People are like, what?
Don't step in that carrot hole. You might break your mother's back.
It's right.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, let's get out of here. And yeah, thanks everybody for hanging with us. Listen to the show as always. We appreciate that. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, sugar.